Hey everyone, and welcome to a video about safety regulations. Today we're inspecting Doom 3's Mars base. We're going to be talking OSHA standards, health codes, building regulations, and general not safe for workery stuff. My name is Garniel. What you might not know about me is that I am not only the greatest demon slayer in all of the UAC, I'm also their one and only interplanetary safety inspector. The crew on Mars's UAC colony has been encountering some shady stuff lately, and emails amongst the crew indicate a bunch of accidents.
Is there some type of problem? I'm just trying to get my work done here.
So the top brass at the UAC have sent their best inspector, me, to check the place out and see if this is all something to be worried about, or if the Mars branch is, colluding with Mixum or Moxum or whomever to commit some serious insurance fraud. Thankfully, this time, they have assured me that I shouldn't have to send any demons back to the Demonverse, and it's just a routine inspection. Thank God. I'm not even sure if I remember how to use a BFG. Anyway, accidents are up in the last 3 weeks by almost 800%, and some of the crew have gone AWOL. These are all major red flags, and I'm really hoping they're just like anomalies and not indicative of a larger problem with the standard operating procedures here on Mars. There's lots to cover here, and honestly, even more paperwork, but before we get to thumbing through some emails and PDA recordings, let's just hop right into the inspection on the ground. If you noticed anything here on Mars that you think I missed, please put it down in the comments. In fact, if you have anything to say at all, just put it down in the comments. I read every single one, so no matter what you say, it won't be missed. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you're doing well. We're only 1 month into 2026, and it already feels insane. It's hard to let the vision of how you think things should be collide with how things are. I like to use it as a reminder that there's always something to work towards, but not to lose sight of things you do have right in your life. Stay safe, and let's get inspecting. The first thing I noticed right when I landed on Mars is that I can just go right into this ship manifest. There's no password, no security. Right here, I can just see everything that's happening on this ship, see everything that's coming in and out. I know who's going to be on it. This terminal should not have all this information here, and if it does, it should at least be behind a password or something. Or this employee that's nearby should probably tell me to stop, yet he doesn't. So security is already lacking. Something that isn't lacking is the marcation on some of these boxes. A lot of the materials in this game are almost properly labeled. A neat little detail here is that this one has hazard diamond 3293 on it, which indicates it's hydrazine and highly dangerous. Hazard diamonds are otherwise known as the NFPA 704 system, which is a standard system for identification of the hazards of materials to put in your SDS and stuff like that. This one is properly labeled as poison, but it should probably have a lot more diamonds to go with it. There's also very good signage in this place when there is signage, but the signs that do exist are useful and up to code. They're not all up to code though. Some of them follow the ANSI standards really well, and some of them don't. A great example being this, which is probably my favorite sign I've ever seen in my life, that says, "Caution, caution." Sometimes I love redundancies, man. This is great. Even these oxygen tanks are properly labeled as oxygen, little hazard diamond. It's pretty cool. The barrels are also properly labeled, which I appreciate as well. The only thing that's missing with the barrels is that they're always directly on the ground. They're never elevated on a pallet. And by now, if you watch these videos, you know that's a huge no-no for me. In fact, I don't think there's any pallets to be found in this whole facility, which is crazy. Where are the pallets? How are they moving stuff around here? There's no pallets. I also don't see any pallet jacks or forklifts. So what's going on here on Mars? How are they moving stuff around? I don't know. Maybe that was the real purpose behind getting the Soul Cube.
Mining station Amman is reporting 9 dead and 28...
9 dead? What a tragedy. Imagine the paperwork. Hold on. I recognize this guy's voice. I recognize that font too. Let's move on.
No accidents in Delta.
Accidents? That's good. Is that what they're calling them now?
I like that the employees are having an open dialogue about problems that surround them, accidents and such. Employee training when it comes to failure response is hugely important. It can really help to have a team that responds to problems and accidents actively. This goes to show me that maybe they are having safety meetings every month, like they should be having them. Maybe management really does encourage these employees to be open about problems and open to solutions for them. You're allowed to say when something is wrong at work, if you ever speak up about it and you get punished for it, you could have the makings of a very good lawsuit, so take that information and run with it. Space is at a premium up here in, well, space on Mars, and that leads to the fact that there are a ton of confined working spaces here on this Mars base. None of these confined spaces are labeled or signed or cordoned off or, kept from being entered at any given time. For those of you that don't know, a confined space is a place where it's got to be large enough to enter and perform work, but it has limited or restricted means for entering and exiting, and it's not designed to be continuously occupied by an employee. Some examples are like crawl spaces or grain bins, manholes, or tanks of all type. Confined spaces are incredibly dangerous, and they're a lot more dangerous if they're not properly maintained and if they're not respected. And nobody is respecting the confined spaces around here on Mars, so I'm writing this one up hardcore. Seeing this stack of boxes on fire and all these lit candles surrounding it made me realize there is no fire suppression system on the ceiling in this place. There's fire extinguishers around, which of course are not properly labeled. You'd think it here in a place probably has a fake atmosphere. You'd think that fire suppression would be kind of a high priority, and yet there are no sprinklers on the ceiling anywhere in this facility. So I know that it's not malfunctioning, it just doesn't exist. I can't even believe that this Mars base has made it this far without a fire suppression system. I mean, are you kidding me? Remember in Hot Fuzz how Sergeant Angel tells Danny how important his notepad is? Well, for safety inspectors, I think the flashlight is the most important tool in your tool belt. The things that I have spotted with a flashlight have blown my mind when it came to real life inspections. And what's a safety inspector's second best tool in their tool belt? Yep, you guessed it right. It's the 300A form. I've noticed that all throughout this entire place, there's no safety information for any employees posted anywhere, especially in this break room. Check out how beautiful this break room is. You know what it's missing? It's not missing Turkey Puncher. What it is missing, it's employee rights posting. Every workplace should have one of these workplace rights posters posted somewhere. It usually gives you a number to OSHA. It gives you emergency information. It's a really good place to document monthly meetings. It's also a good place to post accident information. There's none of that around here, and I would love for a little more encouragement to the employees to think about safety, because this just goes to show me that they're not really documenting anything around here outside of just like water cooler chatter, where those two guys earlier were talking about all the accidents that are happening. It doesn't seem like any of this stuff is actually being written down, because I have access to all these emails and PDAs, but I don't know if this stuff is actually being funneled through the right channels or if the proper paperwork is being filled out. This goes back to the 300A form. I should be swimming in 300A forms here, yet I am not. An email paper trail is pretty good, but man, nothing beats a hard copy paper trail, you know what I'm saying? Okay, right, let's go back to the inspector's most important tool, which is the flashlight. It's just crazy what a flashlight will help you to see. Like, for instance, right here, I probably wouldn't have seen this dripping pipe, which needs to be fixed, by the way, without my flashlight. You can properly see where the drip is coming from, you can identify the hazard right away. Helps you notice things, it illuminates the subject. Nothing better than a good flashlight. And let's move on to our next point, which is all of these wild holes that are just all over this Mars base. It's insane. And there's all these dangling wires as well. Let's talk a little bit about stupid holes and dangling wires. Look at all these fucking dangling wires I see. This is insane, especially with how tight the spaces are in this place and all of the moving machinery. Having this many dangling wires is just so irresponsible. You're talking trip hazards, you're talking choking hazards, you're talking electrical hazards, because most of these wires appear to be live. And despite all the wires, there's just panels missing everywhere on the floor. This entire place is just one big tripping hazard. I can't believe it's fallen into such disrepair. And I don't think it has anything to do with the recent events happening on this Mars base, because there's clear evidence that things just haven't been cleaned in a long time. There's no way that these panels could get this rusty by being maintained. This doesn't just happen. This is hardcore neglect, and it's endemic to this whole base. All right, now let's talk about stupid holes. And I'm not talking about Jackson Hole, Wyoming, but I'm talking about all the stupid holes and pits that are just all around this entire facility. You don't need a soul cube to get your ankle chopped off in this facility. No. You could just walk 10 feet in any direction here and you'll fall into a pit and lose your ankle, be an amputee for the rest of your life. Like, these people have never heard of grates, but yet they have, because there's also grates all over this facility. So I don't understand why there's so many pitfalls in this place. There's just strange gaps all over the place too. Like this platform is raised right here by like 2 inches. What's the point of this? You know how many people's toes are going to get stuck in this and then they're just going to fall flat on their face, probably drop a BFG cell and destroy the whole facility? Best case scenario, they come out looking like a goddamn hockey player, which is badass if you play hockey. But these guys aren't playing hockey, they're goddamn scientists. I mean, come on, you got to think about this stuff. And since we're on building codes, now I can talk about these stupid staircases all over the place. This staircase might look innocent and safe, but I assure you, this is a death trap. This thing needs guardrails. I know, it's only like 3 steps. Gotta have handrails. It's also just kind of weirdly unnecessary. Why a staircase? Why not just a small ramp, a small incline? Yeah, and don't think I haven't noticed that there is like 0 wheelchair accessibility everywhere around here. On the top of the list, not every bathroom has a handicap stall, and there's no signage anywhere indicating this. That's a shame, you guys. It's 21:45. What are we doing out here, B? Oh, I swear, inspecting this place is like inspecting hell. Am I right? Ah, shit. Alright, so what do you guys think? Would you work here? Probably not if you're a wheelchair user or afraid of the dark. Thanks a lot for checking out another video, you guys. If you made it this far, double thank you. I have a whole bunch of other safety inspection videos on a whole bunch of other video games, so if you like this video, go and check those ones out. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you have anything to say at all, put it down in the comments. I'll be reading them, and I look forward to it. Have yourself a great week, a great month, and man, let's hope that 2026 gets a little better. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.